Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Srimad Bhagavatam review class. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam tam sajivam sadvaitam savadhutam parijana sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानो सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नित्यनामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. We are discussing from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and today we'll be completing this 10th canto. So last time we discussed how Krishna so very mercifully he protected Arjuna because he was about to burn himself as he was not able to fulfill his promise to the Brahmana. And Krishna, to protect his devotee, he took Arjuna all the way to Mahavishnu, and Arjuna could see the very wonderful abode of Mahavishnu, and he heard the conversation which happened between Mahavishnu and the Supreme Lord Krishna. And then he was completely astonished and bewildered, and he understood that actually Krishna is so powerful that Mahavishnu could not come personally without the permission of Krishna. So that was the wonderful understanding Arjuna received. So today we'll be discussing the last chapter of the 10th canto, that is the summary of Lord Krishna's glories. So one of the rule of the poetic composition is all things should end with something sweet. That is called Madhuren Samapayet. So Shukdev Goswami, who is such a wonderful, tasteful narrator of Srimad Bhagavatam, he is ending his discussion and description of the pastimes of Krishna with a sweet thing. That is the pastime which Krishna performed with his wives and the prayers of the wives of Krishna. So Shukdev Goswami, he starts this narration that Lord, he was staying in Dwaraka with his wives, 16,108 wives. And the Dwarka city was full of all the opulence, royal palaces bedecked with diamond and jewels, and the entire Dwarka was full of Vrishnis and Yadus and their wives. So Krishna, along with all the beautiful wives, he was enjoying in the city of Dwarka. And it is described that when these women, when they would play on the rooftops, they would play with balls sometimes. So the effulgence of these queens were so much that they would look like flashing of the lights. That was the effulgence of the queens of Krishna. The main streets of Dwarka, they were always occupied with various soldiers, cavalry, chariots. Chariots were made up of gold. And the city of Dwarka, it was full of lots of gardens and parks. And the parks, they had wonderful ponds full of lotus flowers and various other very fragrant flowers. So Krishna, as we know, he expanded himself into 16,000 forms, and he was residing in each residence along with all the queens. And sometimes, Lord, as a pastime, he would enter these ponds along with the wives, just like the king of elephants, sports with the she elephants. That's how Krishna would sport with his wives. And as Krishna, he would enjoy water pastimes with his wives. All the Gandharvas, they would be singing the glories of Krishna, and musical instruments like Mridanga, Panaka, they would be, you know, uh, creating wonderful sound. All the various professional reciters, Suta, Magadha, Vandis, these are the professional reciters. They would, keep glorifying Krishna in choicest words. And Krishna, he would, play with the wives. He would, have his water syringe, and he would squirt water at the wives, and wives would also, return back. In this way, Krishna would enjoy. Just like the yakshas, they enjoy with their wives. Similarly, Krishna was enjoying with his wives. And as they were enjoying, all the wives, they would be completely drenched, exposing, revealing their body parts. And all the wives, they would, try to, you know, take away the syringe of Krishna. And in this way, they would touch Krishna's body. And that's how they would experience such happiness. Anybody who comes in touch with Krishna, he experiences such bliss. These pastimes which Krishna is performing with his wives, they are not ordinary lustful pastimes which a husband performs with his wife. Because we have heard in the first canto itself, Uddama bhava pishunamal valguhasa Vridavaloka nihato madano piyasam Sammuhya chapamajahat pramadottamasta Yasya indriye vimatitum kuhakaina sheku. It is described that all the queens, although they would, do everything to attract Krishna's attention, but Krishna was not attracted by their feminine beauty. Krishna is attracted by devotion. Nothing external can attract Krishna. And all these wives of Krishna, because they were so very devoted to Krishna, for them, Krishna was their everything. So therefore, Krishna was doing everything to please the wives. So after Krishna would perform all the pastimes, all the wives and Krishna, they would come out of the water, and they would give their jewelry which they were wearing during the water pastimes. They would give in charity to all the professional reciters, all the men and women who would be dancing there. And then they would dress in another cloth, new cloths. And in this way, Krishna was enjoying. And Krishna, as he was staying with his wives, he was captivating the wives with his beautiful smile, with his words, with his glances, and with his embraces. Sometimes he would joke with his wives, sometimes he would embrace them. All these things, they were completely bewildering. Krishna, smiling, Krishna glancing, Krishna joking with somebody, it is unimaginable. The great sages, they are, doing so much of tapasya even to get the darshan of the tip of Krishna's toe. Panthastu koti shata vatsara sampragamyo vayo rathapi manaso munipungavana. The sages, they are trying their best, but they are not even able to. Sopyastiyat prapada simni vichinta tattvai. They are not able to see even the tip of the toe. That Supreme Parabrahman, he is joking, smiling, and he's embracing the wives. Of all these things, the wives, they were bewildered the most by the embraces of Krishna. Who is Krishna? Krishna is Atmaram. He does not need anybody. He is just reciprocating with the love of these queens. And these queens, they were not ordinary. They were, as we have discussed earlier also, they are the expansions of the internal energy of Krishna. And many times they would be stunned. They would be stunned because they would be always absorbed in the thoughts of Krishna. And sometimes because of their absorption, they would speak in a mad way, as if they were insane. They would speak in so many incoherent ways. And that is a Mahishi Geet. So Shukdev Goswami, he is now going to describe the apparently, insane talks of these wives. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he tells that actually this is called as Prema Vaichitrya. What is this Prema Vaichitrya? So Prema Vaichitrya means when there is pain because of separation, even in the presence of the beloved. So Krishna was right there with them, but still they were experiencing separation. It's like the gopis. The gopis, they would blame Brahmaji. Jada udikshatam pakshma kridrisham. Oh, what type of creation you have made? You have made eyelids. We are not able to see Krishna. And it is described that even Radharani, although many times she was with Krishna, but if somebody would tell something, oh, Krishna has gone, Madhava has gone, although Krishna is standing right in front of Radharani, but she would faint. That is called Prema Vaichitrya. So the gopis, and so these queens, they were also experiencing this Prema Vaichitrya. Actually, this is the sixth stage of Prema, which is described in Ujjwal Neelamani. So out of the madness, they are, seeing their own emotion expressed everywhere in the nature. And in this way, in this mood, they are speaking 10 verses. So the queens, they are telling, they see a Kurari bird. And the queens, they think, oh, Kurari bird, it has become night now. And Supreme Lord is asleep. But why you are not sleeping? Are you thinking that Supreme Lord will come and enjoy with you? Oh, but he is asleep. He will not come. Or is it that you are experiencing the feelings like we are experiencing? Your heart is also pierced by the glance of the Supreme Lord. That's why you're not able to sleep. So in this way, these queens, they are telling that. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes that actually what they are telling that, oh bird, you are not able to sleep. But you should not do like this, because just see Krishna, he is sleeping, he doesn't care for you. So why you should care for him? And Kurari bird, they may say, okay, but if the Lord is sleeping, is he sleeping with you? Queen say, no, he's not sleeping with us also. He's unknown. We don't know where he has gone. He has gone somewhere. Somewhere in the universe he's sleeping, but we don't know where he is. So in this way, queens are completely talking in an insane way. And then, the ocean is there because Dwarka is surrounded by ocean. So they turn to ocean, they tell, oh ocean, you are also not sleeping tonight. What happened? Because of, are you feeling disease of insomnia? Insomnia, nindayari. To not get sleep is a very difficult thing. So they are telling, are you suffering from insomnia, or is it that your jewels like Kaustubha and all the other jewels you have, they are stolen? That's why you are sleepless. So actually, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes the internal meaning. So these queens, they are confusing the sea, which is surrounding the ocean, with the milk ocean where Lord Vishnu resides. So they are telling that, are you thinking that, because This Kaustuba gem is taken by Lord. That's why you are not feeling asleep. You know, what is the problem? Why are you making sounds like an unsteady person? You are supposed to be very calm and peaceful, but you are making sounds like unsteady person. So why are you behaving like this? Or maybe because Krishna has stolen Lakshmi Devi and he has stolen Kaustubh jewel, that's why you are feeling restless. And then they turn towards the moon and they tell, oh my dear moon, have you counteracted tuberculosis? That's why you have these marks and that's why you are waxing. You have become so thin. What is the reason for that? Because you have become so thin, you are not even able to destroy the darkness. What is the reason? Or maybe, because you are remembering the promise of Mukunda, that which he made to you once, it seems that's why you are, becoming so thin. So actually what they are telling is, they are telling to the moon that, oh moon, why are you losing your power? Why are you becoming weaker and weaker every day? Have you counteracted some disease? Or we know what is the reason. Actually, because Krishna, he made some promises to you and now he has forgotten those words. That's why you are feeling so very distressed. And then they turn towards the breeze, the Malayan breeze, which is blowing. And they are telling, oh Malayan breeze, what have we done to displease you? Why are you creating these feelings of lust? Why are you troubling us? We are already shattered because Govinda is not here. Lord is not here and he's not casting his, and he has cast his glances and now he has disappeared. We are already disturbed and now you're disturbing us even more. So actually the queens, they are actually praising the wind also and criticizing the wind also. So they are praising the wind by telling that, oh wind, we are so very happy. Actually, you have done so much to please us, because this Govinda, this our supreme Lord, he has pierced our heart with his glance of, with his arrows. These his glands are like arrows, and now because of you, we are still in our consciousness, because the winds are still blowing. That's why we are maintaining our consciousness. That's why they are happy. And they are criticizing the wind also. They are telling, oh, what did we do to displease you? Huh? Why are you so cruel? Because already we are burning in fire of separation, and because of your wind, you are increasing the fire. You are like the fire which is there for, which is blowing for death rites. So in this way, they are criticizing the wind also and praising the wind also. And then they turn towards the cloud. They tell, oh revered cloud, you are very dear to the Lord, and actually you are bound in love, bound by affection for him, and that's how you have taken the complexion of our Lord. And we can see that your heart is distressed. That's why you're shedding tears in the form of rains. So they are sympathizing with the clouds. They are telling that, oh Lord is so very merciful that he took your own complexion, took your complexion. He's also, bluish black like the cloud. But now he's not with you. He has gone away. So therefore you're crying. So the queens, they advise him, oh clouds, please don't think of Krishna much. Please don't, invest your mind and consciousness so much on thinking about Krishna, because you will just cry tears. That's how they're telling to the cloud. And then they hear the cuckoo making sweet noise, sweet sounds. So they turn towards the cuckoo and tell, oh cuckoo, you are making such sweet voice, but this voice of yours is reminding us of Krishna's words, such sweet. And actually this voice is creating such trouble for us. We are becoming more and more disturbed and troubled because of your voice. Then they turn towards the mountain. And then they tell, oh mountain, you are neither moving nor you are speaking. It seems that they tell that either you are pondering on some important matter, or what are you thinking? You desire to hold on to the feet of the Lord. That's why you are not moving. So in this way, they are telling mountain, and then they see the rivers and they tell, oh rivers, actually you are drying up. It seems that you are feeling so much of separation from Krishna that you are actually drying up. Actually, you are like us, because we are withering, because we are not able to meet Krishna, our beloved Lord. We are also getting dried up. And then they welcome swans. They see the swans in the rivers, and they welcome swans. Oh swans, please come, please have some milk, because it seems that you are the messenger of Krishna. You must have brought some news of Krishna. That's why please come and please tell, how is the Lord? Is he doing well? And please tell us the news. So Chakravarti Thakur, he writes an elaborate conversation which happens between the swan and the queens. So queens, they ask the swan, is unconquerable Lord doing well? So the swans, they said, yes, of course. But, actually, because he's not with you, how can he be happy? How can he be all right? So the queens may say, oh, does he remember us? If he's remembering us, why is not coming? Because, once he told one of us, that is Rukmini Devi, Krishna told Rukmini Devi in the 10th canto, 60th chapter, I think, that I see no other wife as dear as you. So the queens are telling to the swans, oh, does he remember us? Because he told Rukmini that, he is remembering Rukmini always. Swan tells, yes, he indeed remembers all of you. That's why he has sent me here. Otherwise, why I'll come here? We should all go to him and engage in his devotional service. So the queens, they tell, okay, but if he's suffering from separation, because he's suffering our separation from us, then why he does not come? So the swan tells, just see. Actually, he is so much disturbed that he's not even able to come. So the queens may say, oh, listen, you are a servant of a liar. Because he always keeps troubling us with, keeps generating all the lusty desires. And that's why he has sent you all. You have come and now you are speaking so many things and you are increasing our lusty desires. You are increasing our desire to meet him. So the swan tells, okay, then I'll leave. So the queen says, no, 1 minute, please wait. Actually, please ask him to come. But actually, without goddess of fortune, he should come. He should not come with the goddess of fortune. So the swan says, why should not come with goddess of fortune? And a goddess of fortune is exclusively devoted to Krishna. So the queen say, is she the only woman who is exclusively devoted to him? What about us? So in this way, so many conversations Srimad Chakravarti Thakur is telling. And then Shukdev Goswami describes the glorious positions of the queens of Dwarka. So Shukdev Goswami tells, by speaking in this way, by serving Krishna, actually these queens, they have achieved the highest perfection of life. So the life of a sadhaka, when we hear all these wonderful pastimes, our only aspiration is to, some way or other, engage our mind in constantly meditating on these pastimes. So because the power of these pastimes is they purify our consciousness, they purify our mind. Pravishta karna randrena swanambha vasaroruham Dhunoti shamalam Krishna salilasya yatha sharat. Just like the autumnal rains, they cleanse everything. Similarly, this sound vibration can destroy all the contamination which is there in the mind. नाना भावेर भक्तजन हंस चक्र वाकगण याते सबे कोरे न विहार कृष्ण केली सुमृणाल यहाँ पाई सर्वकाल भक्त हंस करो ए आहार. Kaviraj Goswami describes that devotees, they should be like swans. Swans, they have a general tendency of going deep into the water and tasting the lotus stem. So the lotus feet of the Lord, the body of the Lord is compared to lotus. Actually, 8 parts of the body of the Lord, they are compared with lotus. Netra Nabhi Vadan Kar Yug Charan Ei Ashtapadma Krishnange. So in the body of Krishna, there are 8 parts which are compared to lotus. 2 eyes, lotus navel, lotus face, 2 hands and 2 legs, 2 feet. So a devotee should try to engage his mind in thinking of these pastimes regularly. So Shukdev Goswami, he continues, he tells that Lord, who is glorified by all the men, he is glorified in various ways. And by various pastimes, Krishna, he attracted the minds of all these queens. Just by hearing about Krishna, somebody gets attracted. Shrutva gunan bhuvana sundara shinvatam te nirvishya karna vivarai harato angatapam. Rukmini Devi is telling, I heard about you, my Lord, and I got attracted. What to speak of somebody who is getting a chance to see Krishna directly? What to speak of a person who is getting a chance to be with Krishna? Krishna is joking with them, smiling and laughing and talking and embracing. The same thing is described about Pandavas also in the first canto. Satsangan muktadu sango natum hatum notsahate buddha kirtyamanam yasho yasya sakrit akarnyarochanam. If somebody gets association of devotees of the Lord even once, he does not want to give them up. What to speak of if somebody is getting association of the Lord? Kirtyamanam yasho yasya sakrit akarnya rochanam. Tyasminyastadhiya partha sahiran viraham katham darshan sparsha sanlapa shayana sana bhojane. What to speak of the Pandavas? They were sitting with Krishna, dining with Krishna, roaming around with Krishna. How can they forget Krishna? So that is the extreme, wonderful, fortunate position of the wives of Krishna. They were with Krishna every day. And then Shukdev Goswami tells what austerities these queens must have performed that they are getting such a wonderful opportunity. It is not an ordinary thing. They are not ordinary women. The same thing is described by Shukdev Goswami about the Gopa friends of Krishna. Krita Punya Punja. They have amassed many lives, pious activities. That's why they are getting chance to serve Krishna, play with Krishna. And then Shukdev Goswami describes Krishna's position as an ideal householder. He tells that Krishna, staying in this all these palaces, he acted as an ideal householder. He followed all the Vedic injunctions and he demonstrated how one can achieve dharma, artha, and kama. That is the ideal person, because that is the duty of the Lord, to show an ideal example. Mahajano yena gatasa pantha. So in this way, Krishna, he maintained more than 16,000 wives. And among them, there were 8 principal queens headed by Rukmini Devi. And then Shukdev Goswami describes the descendants of Lord Krishna. He says, Krishna, he begot 10 sons in each of the wives. And Krishna had so many sons. We can just imagine 16,108 queens, each having 10 sons and one daughter. And he says that among those 10 sons, among those, thousands of sons, 18 were Maharathis. They were very, very powerful fighters. And he takes the name of them. They are Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Diptiman, Bhanu, Samba, Madhu, Brihadbhanu, Chitrabhanu, Aruna, Pushkara, Vedabahu, Vrika, Shutadev, Sunandan, Chitrabahu, Virupa, Kavi, and Nyagrodha. Among them, he describes about the dynasty of Pradyumna. He says Pradyumna, who was the son of Rukmini Devi, he was most prominent and he was not different than Krishna. And we have heard about the birth of Pradyumna in great detail. So this great warrior Pradyumna, he married Rukmavati and gave birth to Aniruddha. So Rukmavati's son, so Rukmavati, she was the daughter of Rukmi. So Rukmavati's son married the Rukmi's son's daughter. So Aniruddha married Rochana, and from them Vajra was born. So Vajra was the one of the survivors of Maushala Leela, which is described in the 11th canto, and he became the emperor. So Yudhishthir Maharaj, after he was departing from this world, he made Parikshit Maharaj as the king of Hastinapur, and he made Vajra as the king of Mathura. So this Vajra, he was the son of Aniruddha and Rochana. And then the dynasty of Vajra is described. Vajra, from Vajra came Pratibahu, and then his son was Subahu, his son was Shantasena, his son was Shatasena. So in this way, the glorious dynasty of Yadus are described. Yadus, they were so powerful. There was actually nobody in the family of Yadus. Nobody was poor. Nobody was weak. Everybody was extremely powerful, extremely wealthy. And these Yadu kings, they performed so many wonderful pastimes, so many wonderful activities, that even if somebody can keep on recounting these activities for thousands of years, it will not end. And then Shukadeva Goswami gives some very, very interesting figures. He tells that this Yadu family, because they had so many children, so they have to be taught. You need teachers for them, right? So Yadu family, they employed 3 crore 88 lakh teachers, just to teach the sons. And King Ugrasena, he had his personal attendants. How many? 30 trillion attendants. One time, one devotee, he went to Prabhupada and he was telling Prabhupada, I'm going to all these scientists and big people and educated people. And when I tell them these descriptions of Bhagavatam, they start laughing. Prabhupada said, of all the 12 cantos of Bhagavatam, is this the only thing which you got to tell them? So when you are talking to the educated people, you don't have to talk all these figures, because they will think, oh, how many, all these people, how they were staying in Dwarka, such a small island. So they will not understand, because Dwarka is not an ordinary material city. It is a spiritual world. It can expand and it can accommodate in innumerable living entities. So that's how it is described. And then Shukadeva Goswami says that the demoniac descendants of Diti, they took birth in Kali Yuga, in Dwapar Yuga, in the form of so many of the kings and human beings. So Krishna, he appeared in Yadu dynasty, and he told all the devatas that you also appear in the Yadu dynasty. And in this way he appeared. There were 101 dynasties of Yadus. And these Yadus, they were so very wonderful and fortunate. They accepted Krishna as their supreme master. For them, Krishna was their everything. And we have heard in the first canto in great detail. Bhavayanastvam bhava vishwa bhavan tvameva mata suritpatim pita tvam sadgururna paramam cha daivatam yasyanuvritya kritino babhuvima. So all the Dwarka Vasis, all the Yadus, they are telling, oh my Lord, oh our Lord, Bhavayanastam, you are the Vishwabhavan, you are our father, mother, everything. Without you, what is the use of our eyes? Just like if sun is not there, we cannot see anything. Without you, our eyes are useless. How we will sustain our lives? Because you are always traveling abroad. Katham vayam nath chiroshite tvai prapanya drishtya khilatapasoshyanam जीवेम ते सुंदरहा सशोभनम अपश्यमाना वदनम मनोहरम. How we will survive without you? Why are you always traveling? Please stay in Dwarka so that we can continue looking at your beautiful face. So in this way, for Yadavas, Krishna was their everything. And Shukadeva Goswami tells that these Vrishnis, they were so absorbed in Krishna consciousness. Whatever they were doing, either sitting or sleeping or walking or conversing or whatever, they were always absorbed in thoughts of Krishna. It's like the gopis. Yadohane vahanane mathano palepa prenkhen kanar bharudito ksanamarjanado gayanti chainamanurakt dhiyo ashrukantyo Dhanya Vrajastriyaurukkramachittayana. Either milking cows, threshing grains, taking care of the babies, smearing cow dung on the walls. Whatever they were doing, they were always singing of Krishna's pastimes. And then Shukadeva Goswami, he ends this chapter in the last section by describing the eternal nature of Krishna's pastimes and supreme nature of Krishna's pastimes. So in the 47th verse, Shukadeva Goswami is focusing on the 5 qualities of Krishna's pastimes which are not manifested in any of the other incarnations. The super excellence of Krishna's pastimes, Shukadeva Goswami is now going to describe as he is now summarizing the 10th canto. Now he's speaking of these 5 unique qualities which Krishna has shown in all his pastimes. So first, Shukadeva Goswami tells that the holy place, what is the holy place? The holy place in the form of glories of Krishna. So the glories of Krishna, they are itself the holy place. And you know, this holy place, it has made insignificant the most holy river Ganga. The water which is coming from the feet of the Lord, which has washed the feet of the Lord, it has become insignificant in front of the glories of the Lord. Aho aho bhir nakale viduyate sudha sudhara madhuram pade pade dine dine chandana chandra shitalam yasho yashoda tanayasya giyate. The pastimes of the Lord, glories of the Lord, they are most powerful places of pilgrimage. Wherever Krishna Katha is going on, that is the only place where a devotee aspires to stay. Nayatra Vaikuntha Katha Sudhapaga Nasadhavo Bhagavatas Tadashraya Nayatra Yagyesha Makha Mahotsava Suresha Loko Pinavaisha Sevyatam. Wherever there is no Krishna Katha going on, no glorification of the Lord going on, there are no devotees, no festivals for glorification of the Lord. Even if it is heaven, devotee is not interested in that. So Krishna Katha is more powerful than even Ganga. This is the first remarkable act. Second, he kills even his enemies like Kamsa and Poundrak, and he gives them liberations like Sarupya, Samipya. That is the wonderful nature of Krishna's pastimes. None of the other incarnations, they have been so merciful. That's the second. And third, Krishna's pastimes are so wonderful that even Lakshmi, who is aspired by Brahma, Devatas, all the Devatas, they are aspiring to get the darshan of Lakshmi. She wants to, have the association of Krishna. She wants to become a gopi and she's not able to get that association. And for that, she is performing so many austerities in the Belavan. Still she's not able to get the association. Such rare. She's not able to get entrance into Ras Leela. That's what Nagapatnis are telling. Kasyanubhavosya na deva vidmahe tavangri renum sparashadhikara yadvanchaya shri lalana charattapo vihaya kaman suchiram dhrita vrata. Lakshmi Devi is hankering and doing tapasya to get the dust of the feet of Krishna, and she's not even successful in that. That is the wonderful nature of pastimes of Krishna. So sweet that even Lakshmi wants to enter those pastimes. Then, this is the third thing. Fourth thing he tells is the name of Krishna. The two syllables, Krishna, they are more powerful than even Narayan. It is said that three names of Narayan, 1,000 names of Vishnu, they are equal to one name of Ram. And 3 names of Ram equal to one name of Krishna. That is the most powerful manifestation of Krishna's mercy. That Krishna has given his holy name. Nam Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Abhinnatva Nama Namino. So therefore, we have to understand our fortune. We are getting a chance to chant the names of Krishna every day. So we have to be careful how we are chanting the names and what consciousness. We have to give our best. It is so very wonderful that we are taking out our time and hearing Bhagavatam every day practically. But the holy names of Krishna, we have to be very, very attentive in dealing with the holy name. That's what Krishna has given to us. Such a rare opportunity to chant the names. That's the fourth thing. And the fifth thing is, when Krishna appeared, he freely traveled all over the place, all over the earth. And he created so many tirthas, so many pastime places by going everywhere. In this way, he protected the pillars of dharma. That's the fifth wonder. This is a super excellence of the pastimes of Krishna. And Parikshit Maharaj, hearing this, he may be thinking, oh, what misfortune. Oh, that such remarkable Krishna did not stay for long. Parikshit Maharaj, he pacifies. Oh, Shukdev. Also, Shukdev Goswami is pacifying Parikshit Maharaj. Do not lament. Jayati Jannivaso Devaki Janmavado Yaduvar Parishatsvai Dorbirasyanna Dharmam Sthirachara Vijignagna Susmita Shri Mukhena Vrajapurvanitanam Vardhayan Kamadevam. Very beautiful verse. Shukdev Goswami speaking. Jayati Jannivaso Devaki Janmavado. Krishna, who is known as Jana Nivas. Jana Nivas means he is the ultimate resort of all the living entities. Krishna is the ultimate shelter. Everything is coming from Krishna. He's the ultimate shelter. Ashraya Tattva. He's the ultimate Ashraya Tattva. And that Jananivas, he is known as Devaki Nandan, Devaki Janmavado. He is known as Devaki Nandan. He is known as Yashoda Nandan. Yaduvar Parishat Swai Dorbhir. And with his powerful arms, he protected the Yadu dynasty from so many enemies, because his arms can kill anything inauspicious. Adharma, he is the destroyer of all the adharmic activities. And by so many pastimes, what he is doing? He is attracting the attention of all types of living entities, moving and non-moving. We have heard in the 10th canto, when Krishna, he would play his flute, all the living entities, they would change their natural position. The rivers would freeze, air would stop blowing, the birds would stop chirping, close their eyes, singing and hearing the glories of that flute. Nij samasaka sange gogana charana range vrindavane swachanda vihar यार वेणु ध्वनि सुनी स्थावर जंगम प्राणी पुलक कंप अश्रु वहे धार. When Krishna, when he would play his flute, pulak kampa ashru vahe dhar, all the animals and the birds and the trees, they would be stunned and they would start crying tears of ecstasy. Sthirachara vrijigna susmita shri mukhena, with his beautiful lotus smile, he would attract the hearts of all the living entities. Vrajapuravanithanam vardhayan kam devam, and he would increase the lusty desires of all the gopis of Vrindavan. That's how he was giving pleasure to each and every living entity. And by his wonderful pastimes, he will continue to give pleasure to all the living entities, because Krishna, he is a protector of devotional service himself, and that's why he appeared in this world to perform pastimes, to attract the hearts of everybody to the process of devotional service. And all these pastimes, they are glorified in Srimad Bhagavatam. So many pastimes we are hearing now for more than 1.5 years. All these wonderful pastimes Krishna performed just to attract our hearts, so that we can engross our minds, engross our consciousness in hearing these pastimes. And Shukadeva Goswami says, anybody who one who wants to serve the feet of the Supreme Lord, all his karma will be destroyed. That is a wonderful pastime, wonderful nature of Krishna Katha and Krishna Seva. And then Shukadeva Goswami ends this 10th canto by giving the Falastuti of the 10th canto. Martyastayanusavam adhitaya mukunda Srimad Katha Shravana Kirtana Chintayeti Tadhama Dustara Kritanta Javapa Vargam Gramad Vanam Shiti Bhujo Piyayur Yadartha. So this is the last verse of 10th canto, the Falastuti of entire 10th canto. Martya Tayanusavam Edhitaya Mukunda. So all these wonderful, beautiful topics of Mukunda, which he has, so many pastimes which he has performed, if Srimad Katha Shravana Kirtana Chintayeti, any mortal who hears, chants, and remembers wonderful pastimes of Krishna, what will happen to them? Tadhama dustara kritanta javapa vargam. Tadham, that living entity will attain the eternal abode of the Lord. Apavargam, he will become free from the pavarga. Pa, pa, ba, bha, ma. These are 5 things of this material world. Parishram, bhai, Fena, Pa, Pha, Ba, Bandhan, and Mrityu. A person who takes shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, Krishna's pastimes, hearing, singing, remembering, Tadhama Dustara Kritanta Javapavargam, he will get liberated from the Pavarga. He will attain the eternal abode of the Lord. Gramadvanam Shiti Bhujopi Ayur Yadartha. And for this purpose, the great kings, they have abandoned their homes and they have gone to forest to attain this purpose. This is such an exalted purpose that one should be ready to give up any attachment of the world. And throughout Bhagavatam, we have seen so many of the kings leaving everything. Bharat Maharaj leaving everything, Rishabh Dev, Pandavas leaving everything. Why? To attain Krishna. That is the ultimate perfection of life. To develop attraction for Krishna's name, form, pastimes. And that's what we have to do. Slowly we have to, develop detachment from this material world and develop attachment for the pastimes of Krishna. Regularly, we should be addicted to these pastimes, addicted to hearing Bhagavatam, addicted to hearing Krishna Katha, addicted to chanting sincerely, attentively. Because that is the highest purpose one can attain. Tasyaiva heto prayate kovido na labhyate yad brahmatam uparayadaha tallabhyate dukkhavadanyata sukham kalena sat sarvatra gabhir ramhasa. Therefore, one should not endeavor for anything which is available in the 14 planetary systems. Why waste time? Endeavor for that which is not available in these 14 planetary systems. That is the chance to serve the Lord. That is the only thing we have to aspire. And that is the perfection of life. And that's how we can make our life perfect. So with this, we end this 10th canto. We end this whole Srimad Bhagavatam discussion, which was going on since last more than 1.5 years. So very grateful to each and every one of you for taking out your time. Every day almost you were there. Some of you were there throughout. Some of you have not missed even one lecture. And because of all of you, I got a chance to speak Bhagavatam, read Bhagavatam. I got nourished. So very grateful to everybody for giving me an opportunity to serve all of you. So thank you very much. Please bless me so that I can apply these things, continue serving Krishna, continue serving devotees, Srila Prabhupada, and that's how we can make our life perfect. So with this, we'll stop here. So this is the last session of this whole Bhagavatam series. So we'll stop here. If anybody has any questions or comments to make, you can please speak. So
thank you very much, Prabhuji, for giving us this wonderful opportunity.
Just a minute. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you very, very much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Dandvat Pranam. Thank you so much. We learned a lot.
Prabhuji, any plans for new programs, new?
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Please start Chaitanya Charitamrita after that.
Very
Yes,
good.
Prabhuji. We are waiting for that.
Hari Bol.
Please,
Hari
Prabhuji.
Bol.
Please.